Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. In this video, we will discuss basics of phonetics and specifically the transcription of words, actually the phonetic symbols that we call. So in this video, we will discuss what phonetic symbols are and how do we use them to describe words, transcribe words, and how do we recognize pronunciation of the words by these international symbols recognized internationally in every language. First of all, phonetics, as everyone knows, phonetics scientific study of human speech sounds. That how do we produce words, how the pronunciation of a word is specified, what alphabets they are included in a specific sound of a word, and what alphabets they are excluded. For instance, you take an example of knowledge, KNOWLEDGE, knowledge. So the first K is silent. So when we speak knowledge, we omit the first sound K. So omitting, and we start speaking from N, from knowledge, and we omit the first alphabet, the sound K sound. So this is called the study of human speech sounds. In a journal, I just gave you an example that what we call actually the human speech sounds. Whatever the sounds of the words that we produce through our tongue, they are fall under the category of phonetics. So first of all, we need to understand what kind of phonetic symbols are which are used in dictionaries of different languages, specifically in English language. How do we transcribe the words? For example, nowadays we have everything is available on internet. If you want to understand pronunciation of a word, just type the word in Google and there is a pronunciation. You can listen how the native speakers they are saying, and you can produce the word as you have heard. So this is the most modern way to understand the pronunciation of the words. But just go 30 years, 20 years back, when there was not availability of internet and computers as we have today. I mean, everyone is having the mobiles and androids. They can easily be used. Sorry for the interruption. As I was discussing about the international symbols of phonetics that we can easily listen on Google nowadays. So instead of having the dictionary, instead of having the books or finding out the words in taking so much time, now it's very easy for everyone. Everyone is having these mobile phones. Internet availability is all around the world. So the things have become more easier as before. But as you write a word in Google for meaning, for example, you write knowledge there. When you click for search, the meaning is there. A symbol of speaker is there where you can click and you can listen what the speaker is saying. And after the word, after the speaker, there is a word, and after the word, there are few symbols. They are actually the transcription of the words, and they are called the phonetic transcriptions or the phonetic symbols of the words. So in this video we will discuss what those phonetic symbols are. If it is knowledge, why we do call it knowledge? If it is table, why do we pronounce it as a table? So if I read a book of English language, just I mean, if I talk about 50 years ago, the people, those who are reading the books of other languages, how do they recognize what kind of words, how do the words to be pronounced? So the pronunciation of the words, it is actually related to the symbols, phonetic symbols. Today we will discuss the consonant phonetic symbols and vowels phonetic symbols initially, and then we will move forward in our next video about the basics of phonetics. So let us talk about it. Here is a chart of phonetic symbols. If it can be visible for everyone, I zoom in. Uh, Phonetic symbols. First of all, the word like the first sound p, b, m, f. These are the common words that we use in our Urdu language, like pill, bill, bill, mill, mill, f. double L, feel. So these are the normal words that we speak. The sounds are p, b, m, and f. The next one is v. V, like van, van, van. When we pronounce the word V, the phonetic in its pronunciation, your lower row of teeth touches your upper lip, like your upper row of teeth touches your lower lip, like van. Upper row of teeth touches your lower lip and you pronounce van. Then the difference why I'm telling here, because there are two wa sounds in English. One is pronounced by W sound and one is pronounced by V. When we pronounce this word V, the upper row of teeth touches the lower lip and we say V, van. When we say water, then we round our words, just wow and water. So both the lips, they are just around and you speak wow. This is the difference between two sounds. One is V is spoken by pronounced by touching the upper row of teeth to your lower lip and then rounding the two lips. You round two lips, making it a circle like wow. So you can practice it at home. It's water, it's wow, and it's van. And specifically the word waves, we will pronounce waves. So both the sounds, they are two different sounds in pronunciation. Then we have this symbol, like as we have a symbol in mathematics like theta, that is called, the sound is th. Like your tip of the tongue, it touches the back of your upper row of teeth. Tip of the tongue touches the back row of the teeth and we say thing, thing. Then we have the sound, the, as we have in Urdu, the sound. So thy, thy, or they, they. This symbol, next one is just like in mathematics we have integration symbol. If someone from you have read about mathematics, you can write down in Google the integration symbol. So in mathematics, integration symbol is somehow, it is like that. So this sound represents sh, sha sound. It is sha. This I zoom in for you people. This one, this sound of like integration symbol, yeah, sha sound, shil. Then we have measure. This sound, ya sound. This one is given just like small z is given here. It is called, most of the times we mispronounce it. We call it ja, or some other pronunciation. I have observed many times the students, they pronounce it, mispronounce it actually. You need to understand that it is actually ya sound, measure. This word is not mayor, it is measure, actually measure. So ya sound is there, as we have z and ye sound in Urdu alphabets. Then we have like T, it's ta sound, D, da sound, and na sound. They are very simple that we are using. Then we have S, sa sound, Z, za sound. Now we have a different symbol that is stands for CH, cha sound. So T and a symbol, kind of integration symbol. This is called, used for cha sound in phonetic transcriptions, in phonetic transcription of word. And G sound, instead of writing only G, because sometimes G gives us a sound of ja and sometimes G gives us a sound of ga, like GUN, gun, and GIANT, giant. So the same alphabet is giving us two actually pronunciations, ja and ga. So international transcription for ja sound is D and kind of small z is. So this is an international symbol to transcribe ja sound. Then we have which, that I have already explained. Let's talk about ka sound. It's common that we pronounce. And then G, ga sound. Now for ga sound, when G is giving us a ga sound, we use this type of G symbol. But when we want to represent ja sound, we use D and small z type symbol that I have given here. Then ing sound, like sing ing, like in sing, if we remove s ing, it becomes ing. So to describe ing word, this symbol is used, as we have this in ring. Then h sound for ha, l for la, r for re, and u, that I already told you, ya sound, small j type sound, it's small j type sound, it is called ya sound, we call it u. And again w, that rounding the lips, and sorry, to round your lips and then calling it w. Wow, which. Now let's come to vowels. This is long E sound, BWT, beat, E. And the next one is short E sound, bit, E sound, bit, beat and bit. Then we have uh, S sound and S sound, bat and bait. So E represents actually A sound, A. And the next one, a sound is also, it's bet, and a, bat. So bat and bet, long sound and short sound. And the next one is uh, it's bait. Actually, in this word, it's a sound, as we call it, this bait, it's bait, but this e represents a sound. And then in bet, a sound, short e sound, short a sound, it's long a, bait, and it's short e sound. Then we have long oo sound, boot, oo, long oo sound, boot. Just like you just skip this ba and ta sound from boot. The left symbol is oo sound, boot. And in foot, oo, short oo sound, foot, it represents the short oo vowel sound. Then boat and bow, these are two different symbols. Then a sound in bat, this is also called a sheep sound, as the sheep, when the sheep takes its voice out, what it calls, like a sound like goat and sheep, a sound. So this bat, a sound, a, because it's related to sheep, it is also called a sheep sound. And then a ba, a sound, it is represented by a. Then we have but, it is called cut sound, but, cut, like a sound, cut sound we call it. Then we have shua sound, sofa, it's a sound, that comes usually at the end of the words, we call it shua sound, in, as for example in sofa. Then we have this diphthong is given here. Actually, it is given in the form. So let me tell you, we have diphthongs and triphthongs also. But first of all, we are discussing what these actual vowels are. Because diphthongs, they are created by joining two vowels, and triphthongs, they are created by joining three vowels. So we will discuss it at bite, bite, I sound, a and e, bite. Then ow, bout, ow. Then we call it boy. This word is not boy, this word is boy. So boy, O and E sound, boy. So these are the vowel symbols that I have told you here with examples, and these are the consonant symbols. Actually, whenever we transcribe any English, Urdu, Punjabi, Chinese, any word, when we describe it phonetically in international phonetic symbols, these are the symbols, they are used in, they can be used in any language to describe the pronunciation of any words. These symbols, you can say, some of you might have read the formula of water, that is H2O. Some of you might have come across the biological names of different animals and different reptiles. As I remember, I think it was a plant or it was an animal, I don't remember, but it was Chlamydomonas something. I read it somewhere long ago in my school ages. It was Chlamydomonas or something like that. So this typical word is used all over the world in every language because it's standardized. So when a word is standardized, it is used everywhere. In chemistry, we come across periodic tables. The symbols given there of different elements, I think, or molecules or something like that. So in those in that in chemistry we have those periodic tables. The symbols are, they are international symbols. The water formula is two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen. That is an international symbol. In a similar way, these are the international symbols. International symbols mean they are recognized by each and every language, and whatever the pronunciation we want to say, if we want to say something, these symbols are used to represent. Even we can describe our Urdu language by using these symbols of consonants and vowels. So all everyone who just watch or listen this lecture or watch this video, you just need to note down all these symbols and make a practice and raise your questions if you fail to understand any symbolic meaning, because the most important in phonetics and transcription of words is only these symbols. If anyone understands the symbols, that how do these symbols they are transcribed, then the rest of the phonetics and phonology is quite easier. The focus must be to understand what symbols are, these international symbols.